Dun, dun, dun. Fresh.
You got an idea for an intro?
Nope.
Then that's our intro. Hello, welcome to One Watch. I'm Sam.
I'm Tom.
This is One Watch. What do we do with One Watch, Tom?
One of us watches some shit, and then we decide to discuss it, and we record the discussion, so you guys can hear our opinions on stuff.
Yeah, it's a difficult sell, isn't it? Yeah, so there's One Watch. I'm glad that you're admitting that you're not Sam this week after the last
Well, I'm not Sam this
episode or edition.
I'm not Sam this week.
You're not being sneaky Pete
I've
this
got
week.
to the end of the story. I'm,
Tom again.
I have to be Tom again now.
Okay.
Frankly, Sam's the dangerous person to be.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
not
wanna
a
do that.
spoiler from Sneaky Pete.
Yeah.
Okay, so two things this week. One that we're both going to do is just going to be a loving for a thing about pirates, and the other one's about river monsters that you've watched. And well, let's be straight. This is the second time recording this because the first time went a bit wrong.
Yeah. There was stuff.
There was stuff. The convo went offline, and it just became not worth putting up or continuing. So let's start with river monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So River Monsters is a show where some guy hears stories about monsters that are killing people in rivers.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes and tries to find out what they are. In some cases he knows what they are, in other cases he doesn't, and he's trying to figure out what it is theoretically that's that. And it's basically big, awesome, scary fucking fish, or smaller, extremely fucking violent fish.
But violent things.
Yeah.
And I believe there's lizards and eels and shit.
Or, in some cases, they're actually things that really aren't violent, but look so fucking scary that people assume that they must be.
Nice.
It's the other thing. And
Nice.
It's just like, you picked a bad time to get in the water. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, bulls are really dangerous. Yeah. If you wave a red flag in front of them and start trying to, antagonize them and poke them with stuff, they're going to be fucking dangerous.
My experience, they just butt you. If you go near them, they're like, oh, don't trust bulls.
Just leave them alone.
But bulls don't live in rivers. This is about river monsters. Yeah. We should mention, it's not it's a real thing, isn't it? It's factual. Or tries to be. It's very hyped up. From what I remember, it's very,
it's quite hyped up.
Yeah, it's a very personality-driven thing. Yeah,
it kind of goes back and forth between, being about the actual culture around it and then being about fish. And when it becomes about fish, it's very hype. When it's about the culture, it's just interesting sort of factual sort of things. Just makes it fun background TV stuff to watch if you're interested in culture and fish.
Culture and fish, like it. And were there any particular fish that stand out that you want to mention? Or don't have to be fish, river monsters.
So yes, they already recorded this.
Yeah.
The big standout was eels.
Eels, yeah.
And they are still the standout. Now electric eels double up that standout.
Yeah.
Being even cooler.
There's this video, and it's I'm pretty sure it's in the Amazon, and it's a caiman, which, if you know, they're sort of half fish, half crocodile looking thing. And it goes for electric eel in this river, and literally just, you hear this and then the caiman's just flying upside down. And it's the electric eel just electrocute the whole little lake. I always remember that on YouTube. It's that's pretty fucking bad.
The amazing thing about caiman in the TV show is they're always around. They're never the monster he's after, but they're always fucking around. They're just
there.
They're stealing shit off his fucking rod. They're just being a nuisance, and he's having to move on.
Damn
and
you,
there's
caiman!
fucking caiman around. It's oh, he had that one. I'm going to move on because next time he might attack me. He's big enough to kill me. So moving on. He's not the river monster we're after. We all know about these. Everyone avoids them. No one cares.
Like the cacti from Final Fantasy VII. I hate you so much, cacti. Oh. Right. I should look up in this, but how amazing is it that there is an animal that utilises electricity that way? There's quite a few, actually, when you think about it, but can actually create an electric volt as a weapon.
Yeah. And the fact that it creates it from its muscles.
That's
how it adapts it. It's to do with its muscles, and they don't explain it fully, but it's basically all its length. Its body is solid muscle, and somehow that it doing the whip around thing generates electricity, which is how it does it.
Yeah,
that's why it does the weird wave thing.
Yeah, I read a lot of comics in my life. Right, there are plenty of characters that use electricity. Aren't many eels.
No,
and usually eel is a moniker given to a henchman.
Yeah,
and he's slippery like an eel. Like, why is there not a bad guy that's just electric eel?
Yeah.
You know, vicious teeth of an eel can do electricity stuff.
Eel man.
Eel shock.
Eel man.
Eel man. Why would you?
Well, it gets bit by gets shocked by an eel after a bomb goes off.
Heroes don't
irradiating the area, and suddenly he's eel man.
No, heroes don't use that. Like, they don't just have electricity as, like, you know, something that deadly would be their number one weapon.
No.
Not the heroic characters. The best you're gonna get is like laser eyes, but even then it's like, oh, his payout like Cyclops, but then the payoff is he's blind.
Yeah.
Like electricity is like the reserve of villains, all chaotic neutrals at best.
Yeah.
But no, like Electro, Shockwave. You're not gonna. No, it wouldn't be Eel Man. No, you gotta have electricity in there as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, back on it. River monsters.
Yeah. So, yesterday I was saying that normal.
Start referring to conversations that no one except you and I are aware of.
Yeah,
Just say
it makes sense. In what I was going to say. Right. Yesterday I was saying that eels, like in the one we scrapped, eels are the best one.
In a previous conversation, you said your favourite episode was eels.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the electric eels. It was these bite eels, and the guy
Yeah.
goes in the water with a Kevlar suit, but also then wraps like raw meat around him, and the eels just do not give a fuck. And eels will eat each other. They'll eat anything, which I sort of knew about. Yeah.
Yeah. Electric eels, on the other hand, they don't attack that much, but you just can't fucking touch them. You can't go near them, and they group together.
As I understand it, the electric eel, the electricity is a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
It's not a killing mechanism.
Yeah.
So, be like, you ever heard of the bombardier beetle?
No.
Oh, okay. It has two chemicals in its body that, when they combine, create an explosion. Be like the bomb from Die Hard 3, Die Hard with a Vengeance, and it can create mini fucking explosions that also give off like an awful chemical thing that can blind anything coming up in it. But it doesn't use it for like anything except if it's threatened, and then it will, you know.
Fair play.
Yeah. So electric eels, they'll just shock anything that touches them.
Yeah.
If they're scared.
Yeah.
You know?
So like these cowboys got killed by eels.
I struggled. You mentioned this just before we started
Yeah.
recording. I struggle with the idea that cowboys and electric eels ever encountered each other.
Yeah. Like basically, the place that they were looking at, I can't remember where it was. Like during like the rainy season, all floods over, and then during the dry season, like it all dies down, and then you end up with like these little pools and little bits of rivers where eels essentially get trapped because they can't go back out.
Yeah.
So like there's this river where I can't remember their reasoning for going into it, but like these like 6 guys on horseback head into the river. 3 of them like up ahead and 3 of them behind. And then the guys that were up ahead, suddenly their horses just went crazy, bucked them off, threw them into water, instantly dead. Just instantly dead. Like the guys never saw anything. Like they didn't see anything that killed it or anything. Had no idea that it was electric eels. Like they were just like their bodies came up instantly dead, and like the other guys ran off and were like fuck that. And like eventually finds out it's eels and he like goes on, and then there's another bit, and it's literally like a big puddle. It's just a giant puddle. It's maybe 6 inches deep.
Right.
And like he catches 1 eel in it, and he's like
an electric eel.
Yeah, catches 1 electric eel, and he's like, you know, this is amazing thing. Oh, it's 1 electric eel that's got trapped.
I feel like there's going to be more.
Then he notices after he finds the first one, because when he finds the first one, it just looks like a log at first until it starts moving.
Yeah.
He then notices a corner. There's like 50 of them.
All
They're just all like tangled up, or just all like staying in like the deepest bit, all tangled up between each other in like all this like logs and stuff. Like they just look like logs until they started moving, and then he's like, "Fuck."
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And they're all like 4 to 6 feet long.
I assume like shocked by 1 eel or 50 doesn't make that much difference.
No, one eel is enough to kill you.
Yeah.
So 50 is probably
50.
enough. 50 is probably enough to kill you, like just from standing in the pond.
50 times 1 death is still 1 death. Yeah.
Which is why that was the theory that he reckoned probably happened with like the cowboys, is that they fell out, like the horses got shocked by eels that just happened to be passing through, and because there's a lot of them, just
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, River Monsters.
Yeah.
You watched it on
Netflix.
And you recommend it?
Definitely recommend it. Look out for sawfish. Look out for the Congo. I'm not going to say what fish it is because it's cool.
Piranha, I'm guessing.
It's like a piranha. It's not a Yeah, it's worth watching. Lots of stingrays. If you're into stingrays, watch it because there's loads of them.
They're not the most threatening. I mean, I know they've done things in their lives. They've killed celebrities before, but stingrays, like, it's the barb, isn't it?
Yeah.
And apart from that, they're not really... They're just big.
Yeah.
They're cool looking flat sharks, but they're just big.
They kill quite easily and do a lot of damage when they sting you, but it's one of those where just leave them the fuck alone. Like, what are you doing? Like, no. In a previous discussion, we said, fish are kind of the easiest thing to avoid, really.
Oh, yeah.
Fish monsters. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it might be my perspective. Like, we live in Sheffield, probably the most landlocked fucking place there is in the UK. But, like, it just seems like monsters of the sea. Like, oh shit, there's a giant squid that's smashing boats. Well, we won't use a boat then.
Yeah.
You know, and
don't
maybe
use a boat in that area for a start.
Maybe back in time with sailboats and that. Yeah, you have to fucking risk that. But otherwise, no, you just fly.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose it's different if you're a fishing village. But even then, you have to go in the water. You just rod and line.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's really strong on my line. Not gonna risk catching it because it might kill me.
Yeah. Or pull it in. Oh, this gets to the edge of the water. Oh, this thing's a really big thing that I don't want to fuck with. Let's not unhook it and pull it in. Just fuck it. Cut the line. Yeah, the animal's now going to be dragging the line about and is injured. But you're not dead.
Yeah, I hope Peter doesn't discover that.
Yeah.
Can we change? Yeah, you know, Peter or Peter, the animal rights thing. Did you hear, this is not shocking. Did you hear their request to Games Workshop?
No.
Right. Some of the 40k armies, Games Workshop, for those uninitiated, is like a tabletop board game dice thing. They wear animal furs, and they asked them to stop wearing animal furs, particularly the Space Wolves, because people might look up and admire the 40k characters that are wearing animal furs, because some of them are Space Marines.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, first of all, it's a tabletop board game. I'm not sure that many people are going to care. Second, it's Warhammer 40,000. Yeah. The story is literally humanity is run by the psychic energies of a dead emperor, and these humans are xenophobic, fucking evil bastards that just literally just believe in cleansing and purifying. They commit genocide against their own people regularly because they don't want to risk, like, there are no heroes.
Are there any wolves in 40k?
Yes, the Space Wolves now have actual wolves and things as well.
So if there wasn't any wolves, if I was Games Workshop, I would have just sent a message back. Actually, in our world, wolves are extinct and it's fake furs.
Yeah. That's fine. It's just don't wear the fur. Annoy me. Right, Black Sails. Let's talk about Black Sails. It's just an amazing TV show. We've both watched it.
Coming back recently.
Yeah.
Coming back soon.
Yeah. So who watched Black Sails first?
Originally, I watched Black Sails.
You did,
and the first episode was stupidly bright, and the beginning of it was like focused on like these commander guys. So it felt like it was going to be a horrible master and commander, overly posh English blokes, like period drama type thing. Like, oh, these pirates are bad. We're going to fight against them, and I much prefer the gritty, horrible side of pirates.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, Tom watched it first, didn't like it, never mentioned it or anything, and then I watched it. I was like, oh, you really fucking enjoy this, you really, really like it. And eventually, like, I convinced Tom to watch it, and then he did, and then you were like, we both got hooked by it. It's not stupidly bright, but it's very different to what you expect it to be. I'm not sure there's not that many posh accents. There's a lot of very rough accents, even from the fucking beginning. Anyway, let's talk about what it is. So, it's part semi-accurate recreation of what's called the Golden Age of piracy. I think it's sometime in the 1800s, maybe 1900s, when you get people like Teach, like Blackbeard, and names like Jack Rackham and Charles Vane. If you play games, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, it's all the characters from that, basically. And it's on the island of Nassau, which was a real pirate colony in Nassau. But it also takes characters from Treasure Island, the book. Now, Treasure Island, the book is about a boy, I can't remember his name, I think it's Flynn, and he gets, a guy called Billy Bones gives him a treasure map, and he ends up on a boat, and there's a chef called Long John Silver who has a peg leg, and they end up going to an island looking for buried treasure, and lots of cool shit happens. And this is a very famous book. This is like the prequel to that. Like, Long John Silver's in it, and in Treasure Island, like, Long John Silver's thing is he served under the murderous Captain Flint, and he has a bird. Long John Silver has a bird called Flint, like his little parrot that says pieces of 8 and stuff. And that you see the Captain Flint.
Yeah.
But is he murderous and barbaric? He might be. He might not be. But the whole idea is that these pirates are sort of being piratey and competing with each other, but also encounter like the British army and the Spanish army and the concept of civilization moving in, and it's their own struggles, but also the battle against that.
And it's kind of like you have the inner battles between the pirates, and then you have the outer battles of them trying to be independent.
Yeah.
Even though they're pirates.
You have entire storylines regarding like items like pearls or jewellery and stuff that seem massive to the characters until they get contextualised in the grander scheme of what the fuck's going on. Why is it so good though?
Once you get past like the visual of maybe the first couple of episodes,
I didn't struggle with it, but
works.
you this is for you. You got past. You
like
had to get past the visual.
Like the tone follows, like the characters, and because the tone's so different in the beginning, that's why I thought it was going to be a very different program. But it very much follows like what's going on and works brilliantly. All of the characters are pretty much spot on. I don't think there's many that like they're normally bit part characters that are slightly awkward.
There's one I really can't stand anymore, but we'll not talk about that one. You'll probably be able to guess who.
So you've got like the best characters to look out for if you watch this. Jack Rackham.
Yeah.
By far. Max, who's like a prostitute woman. Who's very fucking smart.
Yeah.
And very fun to follow her journey. And in a previous conversation you were saying how it's really, like, you know the actress.
She's Canadian.
She's Canadian.
I don't know her, I've just seen interviews with her and stuff. And she's Canadian, she speaks with this great, like, classic Canadian kind of accent. Yeah. It's that Canadian accent where it sounds like it's like North USA, kind of that bit. But then she speaks with this amazing Haitian accent, and it just completely becomes this different character.
She full on becomes the character. Like, she never feels like an actress. Yeah.
I remember we have a friend who watched it, we recommended, and his complaint was there was too much sex. But the weird thing is there isn't all that much sex in it. Compared to a lot of things, there isn't that much sex.
No. And his complaint seems to be that there's a lot of sex and everything. Every show we seem to recommend to him, there's too much sex.
Yeah, Rob, if you're listening, you jerk. Yeah. You won't be listening. Right, so, the thing about the characters that's amazing is it's very slow-paced. And because it's slow-paced, it really focuses on the characters. And then when you get the battle scenes, they are all fucking breathtaking. Yeah. Like, you can follow what ship, who's on where. The way they film these naval battles, like, they have their own... I don't know how big the fucking sea that they film on is, but they have their own ocean effect place, and they have real boats that they go on, and the cameras are going all up and down the rigging, watching people, and you follow it all, and because it's so slow, like the first season, they don't even really go anywhere. It's just the build-up to going somewhere. But because of that, you spend so much time with them that they become really, really fucking rounded, and you get so much backstory, and so, like, there are very few characters that don't have an amazing backstory that comes into it. Like, their motivations are never really all that clear, but as you learn more about them, you realise, oh shit, there is a lot more going on here than even I realised.
Everyone's grey area. You become attached to all the characters in their own way. Like, everyone's always grey area. So you're not, like, it's not one of those where it's like, oh, I want this guy to win, he's always the good guy. It's kind of like, ooh, did he really... Should I like this guy now? Ooh.
There's a character, and he's, like, set as a good guy, but things he's done, I can never forgive. Ever. So you've got all these amazing characters. Jack Rackham, he's the great one that you mentioned before. He, the idea, think of, like, very articulate, smarmy, very kind of schemy pirate guy.
Less drunk Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, a bit like that, yeah. And then he has Anne Bonny, who's, like, his girlfriend, and she's, like, they can't hide the fact she's a model, even though they give her a hat and make her look all like greasy hair and dirty and stuff. But she doesn't say much, and she usually just swears in like a really like tough London accent. But they have this couple relationship thing going on that's amazing and really fucking works, because they're like a functional couple, but they're in their own couple way. They have their own couple rules of being. They're not just like a typical TV couple where it's all sunshine and roses. And the lines that he comes out with are fucking amazing. Can't say any of them. Can't say any of his lines because they might spoil things, but it is really good. It takes its time, and it's just so well done. Like, the final season's just started. I really, really, really enjoy it. I think it's really good and worth watching.
Yeah.
And you do
Awesome.
too.
Yeah.
It's just great. It's
It
just a
comes
fucking
back.
great show. It's back.
It's back now.
It's back. Yeah.
What day did it come out?
Sunday.
Sunday just gone.
Yeah.
There you go. So, whenever that was, like, Sunday the 20th of January.
Yeah.
So whenever you were here.
At the time of this recording, the first episode of season 4 is out.
Yeah.
And the 4th season will be the last season. It's the longest running. Stars is the TV show that makes it. It's the longest running of their seasons, and it's really fucking good. And it's definitely heading towards a big climactic ending. But it probably won't be a happy ending because it just doesn't feel like that kind of show.
No.
But it's really good.
Yeah. Maybe they'll get to the end and go, watch Treasure Island now.
I hope they don't do Treasure Island. Tonally, it just wouldn't fit doing Treasure Island. Anyway, that's it. So, River Monsters. It's alright. Just watch it. You like it. There's eels and monsters.
There's lots of episodes. Watch it in the background.
Yeah, and Black Sails. It is excellent.
Don't watch that in the background. Watch that with focus.
Oh,
and drive.
You can't background it.
Like,
if you try and background Black Sails, you will miss so much because there's so many characters where they'll be in one bit and they come back later of things happening. So many twists and turns as well.
If you missed part of the episode, start again.
Yeah, just go
It
back.
don't matter. Like, you might have, maybe you missed 5 minutes and you've gone 20 minutes in. Just go back to the beginning. It'll be worth it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. We're out. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.
Bye.